In the year 2015, there was a discovery that cracked open centuries of silence in the waters off Cartagena, and with it, a modern drama of nationalism, treasure, and international law. For 3 centuries, the Spanish galleon San Jose lay where it went down in a blaze of cannon fire and exploding gunpowder in 1708, escorting a treasure fleet from the Americas to Europe. Spanish silver, Peruvian gold, emeralds from the New World, all were reported lost to the deep when a British squadron attacked and the San Jose sank near Baru Island. Over time, the ship became a legend, myth, map, and obsession to salvagers and historians alike. On November 27, 2015, the Colombian Navy announced it had located a wreck consistent with the San Jose. Remotely operated vehicles sent down from the surface returned grainy, haunting images, bronze cannon, hull timbers, and a seafloor scatter that suggested a violent end. The government moved quickly. It declared the site a national patrimony, labeled it a war grave, and kept coordinates secret. President Juan Manuel Santos framed the find as a reclamation of Colombia's history, not a lottery ticket. That declaration lit the fuse on a conflagration already smoldering beneath the legal surface. For decades, private salvage firms, most prominently a US-based company known as Sea Search Armada, had claimed discovery rights and pursued salvage claims against Spain, Colombia, and anyone who would listen. Their argument: the wreck was a commercial prize, and whoever controlled the find stood to profit immensely. News outlets sensationalized an estimated value. Figures as high as $17 billion were thrown about. And with that number came not only greed, but a web of legal filings, international diplomats, and shadowed negotiations. The central conspiracy, if you strip away the romance of sunken gold, was a contest over who controls the narrative and the law. Private treasure hunters and their lawyers sought to convert the wreck into a salvage operation under Admiralty law. They had filed suits and promoted the idea that earlier discovery and documentation entitled them to reap the salvage rights. Colombia responded by invoking cultural patrimony. The San Jose, they argued, was not salvageable cargo to be auctioned, but a graveyard and a national heritage site. Spain, too, claimed an interest. The ship sailed under the Spanish crown and carried colonial wealth taken from indigenous peoples. International law offered little clean answer. Conventions on underwater cultural heritage were evolving but often slow and contested. Between the courts, there were accusations and leaked documents. Critics alleged that some salvage interests had tried to shop artifacts on the black market and to leverage political influence to secure permissive salvage contracts. Supporters of commercial recovery answered that professional salvage could recover artifacts before corrosion finished them and claimed that recovered items could be shared or conserved for public benefit. Colombia's choice to control the site, to call it a protected archaeological mission, was a direct rebuke to the mercantile model. What followed was not a treasure film climax but a slow-motion public stewardship drama. The Navy and archaeologists moved cautiously, patching together ROV surveys, 3D imaging, and legal barricades. UNESCO and cultural specialists weighed in about preservation and scientific study rather than profit. The secrecy around coordinates became both shield and sore point. Secrecy to prevent looting, sore point to salvage claimants who insisted on access and adjudication. The San Jose discovery, therefore, became emblematic of a larger truth. Underwater wrecks are where history, law, economics, and memory collide. The ship's remains are not simply metal and cargo. They are a reminder of colonial extraction and a modern battleground over who gets to interpret the past and who gets to profit from it. As of the mid-2020s, the San Jose sits under Colombian protection, its cargo largely undisturbed by commercial salvage. The legal disputes continue to echo in courtrooms and conference rooms, while archaeologists argue for careful, scientific recovery that respects human remains and cultural context. The story is far from closed. Beneath Cartagena, silence holds treasures and questions both, and the world watches as a nation insists that some histories are not for sale.